Kazakhstan is gearing up for its second elections, this time parliamentary elections, which will be held on Sunday, March 19th. Last November, presidential elections were held where President Kassym-Jomart Tokayev was re-elected for one more term, a 7-year term. It's what he says part of his political reform. 98 seats are up for grab. 7 parties are competing for these seats, and President Tokayev says this is part of the political reform that this country desperately needs. Also, let's not forget that Kazakhstan is impacted by regional events such as the war in Ukraine. Kazakhstan is trying to balance its position regarding the war, but also it has historic ties with Russia. And to talk about that and more, I have with me Deputy Foreign Minister Roman Vassilenko, who is going to talk to us about the significance of these parliamentary elections this Sunday. Thank you so much for being with us. This is the second elections in less than 4 months. This time is the parliament. Why is it so important for this country to be involved and to conduct these elections?
Yes, thank you. These elections will complete the recycle and reset of the Kazakhstan's political life of the past year. You mentioned the presidential election. We already had the constitutional referendum, and this will mean that once these elections are over, we will have completely revamped the political system which we had until January 22, when we had a major upheaval in our country. And in fact, all of these chain of events and reforms after that were meant to build a new Kazakhstan, a Kazakhstan that is just and fair, a Kazakhstan that protects the interests of its citizens, and a Kazakhstan that serves its citizens first and foremost. So these elections, they are of course a political event, but they are part of the overall picture of reforming not just our political system, but our economic system and our society. So that is why they are so significant. That is why there is such a huge interest in the international community to this election. We are building a new Kazakhstan, and this is the most important building brick in that building of a new Kazakhstan.
Building a new Kazakhstan, and many officials here, including the president, is calling this election the most important election event of the history of this young country. Sunday, March 19th, will probably, in the eyes of officials and the people of Kazakhstan, usher in a new era. In Astana, Kazakhstan, Mohammed Al Qasim reporting for the Media Line.